Shut up and sit down.
Hey friends, I'm Simon.
I'm Ellie.
And if you enjoy our videos, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell thing. That would be very kind of you indeed. And tonight, we're surprising each other with movie trailers that the other person has not yet seen and filming our silly reactions to those.
So what do we have coming up next?
Well, coming up next, I'm kind of split on this one as to whether you're going to like it or not, because on the one hand, it's a sci-fi movie. I know you're kind of a sci-fi buff, so it's right up your alley. Comes out in July, so not too far away at all. A couple of months until we get to watch this. But it stars the person who has become notoriously known as the worst Chris.
Aww.
Yeah, but, you know, I gotta say, I still love Guardians of the Galaxy. I still love him as Star-Lord. I actually really like the Jurassic World movies as well, where he was kind of dinosaur Star-Lord in that.
Yeah.
May not be the best Chris, but in this, he not only stars in it, but he also produces it as well.
Okay.
So he's putting in the work. So I say we're going to check out the trailer for this movie if you want to see what we think about it and whether the worst Chris salvages his reputation and becomes a middly kind of a Chris, then hang around until the end. But for now,
Let's go.
let's go!
We are fighting a war 30 years in the future.
Wow.
Our enemy is not human.
What is it?
Yeah, what is it?
It's dinosaurs.
Oh. Well, come on, Amazon! That was the teasiest teaser ever. It's not human. But what is it then? Is it an alien? Is it a dinosaur?
We did. I mean, there was that shot when they said that there was some like bony-looking spikes left in the wall. So I'm thinking it might be an alien.
Yeah, it's normally aliens.
Alien dinosaurs.
Maybe alien dinosaurs. I honestly don't know what to think of that. I'm kind of impressed with what Amazon's been doing with their originals recently. I mean, The Boys was phenomenal.
So good.
We've not yet watched the new Michael B. Jordan movie Without Remorse, but that also looked really, really good. And Invincible as well has been surprisingly traumatic but amazing to watch. So, I've been impressed with what they've been putting out. Not that big a fan of Borat, but hey, it is what it is. You can't win them all. But, you know, I just don't know what to make of this. It was too teasy.
Yeah.
It was basically just Star-Lord and a couple of people walking through a city with guns, and then some spikes, and then maybe a bony dinosaur alien.
The thing that broke my brain was when she said, "We're fighting a war 30 years in the future," and I'm thinking, how do you know? That doesn't make any sense.
That is true, unless they're time travelers.
They would have to be, because that's the only way that phrase makes sense.
Well, maybe that's why it's called the Tomorrow War, because they go back in time to recruit military people, because they couldn't just use them in the future. Maybe they'll be too old in the future.
Maybe it went too long and they're going to have to try and intervene earlier in the process of whatever the spiky alien bumholes are.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I was hoping for us to answer the question, is Chris Pratt still the worst Chris? But
Yeah.
For teasing us like this, he's even worse than the worst Chris now.
I mean, to clarify, he's not the worst Chris because of acting or any of those kinds of choices. It's who he is as a person makes him the worst Chris.
Oh,
So you can't redeem that by being good in movies.
Yeah, and you know what? We're not going to tell you what to think of somebody as a person. You go do your own Googling of who Chris Pratt is and make your own mind up. But it's tough though, right? Because like I said, I loved him in Guardians of the Galaxy, and I thought he was one of the better things about the Jurassic World movies. So,
And Parks and Rec.
oh my God, he was amazing in Parks and Rec. So it's really difficult to dislike the characters he played based on.
And there is that ongoing debate of, you know, can you separate the art from the artist? Like we've got so many artists and creators who have problematic and complicated things going on outside of their art, and you kind of have to have a reckoning with that yourself and make a decision yourself on kind of what you're comfortable with. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, I mean, being the worst Chris, I mean, there are some good Chris's out there.
Oh, really excellent.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, being the worst Chris is definitely not as bad as, like, being the worst Kevin. Because, I mean, you know, I would rate Kevin's in...
Yeah.
Kevin Smith, I think, is a very good Kevin. Kevin James, I think, is a much better Kevin now than he
He's
used to
a
be.
really good Kevin.
But then, and I can't even go low enough with my hand. Obviously, you've got Kevin Spacey. So if you were a Kevin and you were worse than Kevin Spacey, if you were the worst Kevin, that would be a major, major problem.
You'd have to work hard to be the worst Kevin.
Yeesh. But yeah, I think being the worst Chris is probably a lot better than that. So being the worst Adolf, or I think there are other names that you could be the worst of. And
Are there any bad Joshes? I don't know any bad Joshes. I think they're all very good.
yeah, maybe Josh has set a high bar, which must make it tough to be the best Josh.
I think my friend Josh might be the best Josh.
Ah, maybe. I don't know how you check, actually.
Well, they did have that Josh fight.
Yes, that's
And
true.
they did crown a winner, and the best Josh was 4 years old, and he got a big wrestling belt and everything. So I guess the Josh discussion's been settled.
That makes me wonder, though. I'm not sure I would want to see a Chris fight. I mean, most of the Chris's are actually quite capable at fighting, I would imagine. I'm not sure that would be a fair way to settle it. But I would want to see a Kevin fight. I'd love to see Kevin James and Kevin Smith just wailing on Kevin Spacey for
Oh, that would be
for
fun.
like 4 hours. I could do a Snyder cut of that fight
Yeah.
with like blonde women singing to them as they swim into the sea.
You could sell tickets for that, and you'd make a lot of money.
Maybe that's the next thing. Like when UFC loses its appeal, it's all Kevin fights from that point on. So, Kevin Smith, Kevin James, are you ready?
Let's ask Kevin Smith if he'll begin the Kevin League. We've settled Josh's now, I guess. So the next up's the Kevins.
Yeah. So
And then the ultimate, like the final event will be the Chris fight.
Oh, maybe we
So
build
we can
up.
work up to that.
Yeah, I like it. Well, what were we talking about again? What movie? No,
It
me
doesn't matter
neither, because the teaser told us nothing. Stupid Amazon. Well, anyway, I guess we're excited about watching Kevin Smith and Kevin James beat up Kevin Spacey. Have no idea about the Tomorrow War, so there you go. I guess we'll wait until an actual trailer comes out, probably in a few weeks. But you got to wait until then, but you don't have to wait very long to see us again, because you know how often we do this.
Every day.
Every Kevin. So we will see you tomorrow, Kevins, on the next Kevin Trailer Kevin.
Peace out, Josh.
Bye, Kevins!
Shut up and sit down.